Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. So day 10 is going to take us around the 14th of February. We'll be able to extend out beyond that. We extend GFS and ECM ensembles. We're running around a couple of weeks. Have a look at CFSB2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. That will take us to the beginning of March. We're going to be bringing you up to date with all of the latest developments in terms of much colder weather. They're going to set in over the weekend and will intensify into next week. There will be a risk of significant snow for many parts of the country with these cold easterly winds as well. So yeah, we're going to bring you up to date with all of the latest developments on that in a moment. Thank you so much for the amazing live stream that we did last night. We reached our biggest ever, highest ever concurrent viewer figure. So we peaked around 758, I think, something like that, concurrent. Absolutely unbelievable, huge, massive live stream. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who was on that live stream last night. Absolutely incredible live stream. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to our latest channel member. Now, this channel member wants to stay anonymous, so I know who this channel member is. They know who they are. They would rather not be mentioned in videos, which is absolutely fine. If you want to, give a donation to Gaz, whether it's through PayPal or become a patron or become a channel member, but you don't want to shout out in videos, it's no problem whatsoever. Just let me know, and it's absolutely fine. So all I would say is thank you so much to Anonymous for becoming a channel member for Gaz Webbies. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you to all channel members. Thanks so much to all channel members, all patrons, all donors. The support that you give to Gaz Webbies is absolutely incredible, absolutely unbelievable. Thank you so much for doing that. Support can come in other ways as well. It doesn't have to be financial. So watching videos, liking the videos, sharing the videos, subscribing, tell friends, family, everybody else to subscribe is supporting the channel as well. We've hit 10.4k, 10,400 subscribers. We're on the grind to 11k. We'll be able to get to 11k in February. It'll be interesting to see, won't it? But thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for subscribing and for telling friends, family, and everybody else to subscribe as well. Unbelievable and amazing. Thank you so much to all of you for doing that and for the constant support. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, by the way, then please can you give us a sub and tell your friends, family, everybody else to subscribe as well. If you want to become a channel member, just click the join button and that's how you become a channel member. Thanks so much, everybody. Right, let's get on with the video then. We're going to start our Central England temperatures. So the CET is now standing at 5.0, an anomaly of 0.7 of a degree above average. That is provisional to the 3rd of February, to yesterday. That's probably going to start dropping from now onwards, initially very slowly, but as we get into weekend and next week, it will accelerate. So it's going to be interesting where this is by this time next week. It's going to fall very significantly, I think, in the next week. So where we are next Thursday, going to be very interesting. We'll keep a close eye on that. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're looking at Leeds today. So the red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Leeds. We're starting close to average at the moment with the upper air temperatures, but these upper air temperatures are going to fall away through weekend into next week, becoming bitterly cold, dropping down to between -10 and -15 at 850 HPA. That's taking us down to what I classify as beast from the east levels. If you bring in the -10 Celsius isotherm, I think, and you've got an easterly wind, of course, I think that does get you down to beast from the east levels. So to me, that is a beastly easterly over weekend into next week. There's some uncertainty about how quickly it warms up. By the middle of February, the GFS ensembles are going back to average to milder than average, but there is uncertainty with this. So you'll notice there's a cluster of ensemble members through here. They're actually keeping things pretty cold even into the middle of February. It's not until like the 3rd week of the month, this period just here, which is a long way out, not until then that most of these ensemble members get milder. Other ensemble members bring the milder air in quicker. This cluster just here. So it isn't actually certain that later next week will turn milder. I will say that now. The most likely outcome is probably that the second half of next week into the weekend of 13th, 14th of February, this period just here. The probable outcome is that it will get milder, but it is by no means guaranteed whatsoever. It's almost like a 50-50 split between these ensemble members that want to delay the return of any milder weather and keep it cold, potentially very cold, and these ones here that are turning things milder. So for that, we've just got to watch this space. And it may be that this cold weather will get extended. I wouldn't be all that surprised if this cold weather gets extended, like through the Valentine's weekend. Precipitation-wise, just regular precipitation spikes. Of course, as it's going to get cold, then most of the... So initially it's rain, but most of the precipitation spikes are occurring through here while it's cold. Most of that is going to be snow. And then later on, as it's trying to get milder, then you might get a mix of rain, sleet or snow, and it just depends how quickly the mild weather gets in. But certainly looks cold and unsettled, which raises the prospect of snow, maybe significant snow. We're going to do snow watch for you tonight. We'll have a detailed look across the models at the risk of significant snow. Temperature anomalies on the 4th to the 12th of February. Going to be colder than average through most parts of Northern Europe. Bitterly cold with release of European outlook. It's going to be the coldest week across most of Northern Europe, I think, since the peace from the East at the end of February 2018. So yeah, bitter cold week coming up through most parts of Northern Europe. You can see how those cold temperatures are originating, like in northern Russia, just here, and spreading out across Europe. So yeah, I mean, it's beach from East type stuff, and for the UK and for Ireland, it looks colder than average in the week ahead, along with most of Northern Europe too. Precipitation anomalies from the 4th to 12th of February are going to be above average, away from Ireland anyway, west of Scotland, which is a bit drier than average, sheltered from those easy winds, of course. It's largely above average for precipitation, particularly in these eastern areas, again raising the prospect of snow. Right, so this is how later wind flow map is looking from earthnullschool.net. Scotland has never turned milder this week. Scotland has kept those easterly winds going all week. They're still going strong across Scotland at the moment, bringing more rain, sleet and snow there. Further south, we are in a milder air mass across Ireland, England and Wales. But the thing with that is that winds have fallen light. So actually it's a bit colder today because there's a lot of low cloud, mist and murk. But the mildest winds are in the south, and the coldest winds are in the north. These easterly winds will descend southwards through the weekend. And that's going to bring the air in all the way from Russia. Right, so this is how the UK Met is looking for Sunday. Easterly winds coming in across most of Northern Europe, actually. We've got extensive blocking from Greenland to Scandinavia. Bitterly cold air is running around the back of the block. Bitterly cold air runs around the back of the block and then gets fed westwards across Europe on those strong and bitterly cold east winds. These winds will be feeding in snow showers from the east with low pressure just to our southeast. That could provide some longer spells of snow maybe as well. Easty winds continuing to Monday. Bitterly cold east winds. There's strong winds too, so any snow will be liable to drift in those strong easty winds. And we keep that easterly going through to Tuesday as well. As far as we get to with UK Met is to Wednesday. Still in a strong and bitterly cold east wind. Low pressure is trying to move in from the Atlantic, but really struggling. So at this point, up to Wednesday, to the middle of next week, we remain bitterly cold. This low here across northern France might bring more persistent snow to more southern parts of the country. This is how the latest GFS run is looking. This is for Sunday. Again, bitterly cold. East winds setting in. Low pressure just to our southeast might provide more significant snow. Some southern east parts of the country. There's the upper air temperatures for Sunday. My 10 celsius ice firm is through the northern half of the country. The south is looking cold or very cold as well. East winds maintained and strengthening actually on Monday, so that could be a very strong east wind, which will have a high wind chill factor with it, bitterly cold, and these east winds will be feeding in lots of heavy snow showers as well. Minus 10 celsius ice firm is pushing through most of the country by Monday. So again, that is what I class as a beast from the east. Get my 10 celsius ice firm through with an easterly wind. I don't see why that wouldn't be a beastly easterly, to be honest. Tuesday looks very cold as well. with more easterly winds. Again, bitterly cold air through most parts of the country by 10 cells iceberg, even down into the southeast. East winds will be bringing snow showers with them. East airs will be most liable to the snow shower, but there's nothing to stop them pushing inland to central areas. Western regions will, of course, be sheltered and will be drier through this period. East winds go on into Wednesday as well. Once you get the east in, it can take a long time to get rid of it, I have to say. By Thursday, low pressure is having a go at coming in from the Atlantic into that cold air. This brings western areas into the focus for maybe significant and disruptive snow, as the upper air temperatures showing again most parts of the country bitter cold with about -10 Celsius through. 6 a.m. Friday, that low pressure's made very little progress, actually, so it does suggest there's a risk in the second half of the week for a significant snow event as low pressure from the Atlantic comes up against that block of cold air that's in place over the country. Very gradually, the coldest of the upper air temperatures are receding slightly, but I think the upper air temperatures away from the far southwest area are probably, probably supportive of significant and disruptive snow through Thursday into Friday. By the weekend of the 13th, 14th of February, we do start to move low pressure in from the Atlantic then, change the wind direction, start to pull up something less cold from the southwest. But remember, within the GFS ensembles, that there's by no means agreement about that. So it is possible that the cold air will hang on, more particularly in the north and the east, I would say. Now we're beyond day 10, I'm then going to Atlantic-driven spell of weather. However, keep an eye on what's happening over Scandinavia, because that high pressure never completely goes away. It's still there lurking to the northeast, as it has been all winter. And as we get to the end of the GFS run, which gets us to Saturday 20th February, actually it looks like the heights are beginning to strengthen again over Scandinavia and possibly over Greenland too. So whilst we go into a milder, wetter, windier spell around the middle of the month, by the sort of final week of February, look out to the northeast, because we may be starting to go back to square one and we may be threatening to get wind back into the east again. This is the precipitation type forecast based on that GFS 6-8 run from the Weather Outlook. Snow is in the north. It's never got milder this week up in the north. Rain down in the south as we get through into the weekend. That's when the easterly sets in. So initially the snow is in the north, but by the end of Saturday we start to bring some snow showers in across more central southern parts of the country, and into Sunday it just turns increasingly wintry. Heavy snow showers in the east coast, a stretch I think as longer spells of snow on Sunday across east area, possibly into the Midlands, some parts of central, southern and southeast. And that looks like a longer spell of snow pushing through there in the southeast. These are probably snow showers in the northeast. And we keep snow showers piling in from the east as we go through Monday into Tuesday on those bitterly cold east winds. Again, always east areas most prone to those snow showers, and they do penetrate inland to some degree. And then of course Thursday through to Friday we've got fun and games with low pressure coming in from the Atlantic. That brings these more western areas into the firing line for potentially significant and disruptive snow as we go from Thursday and into Friday. Eventually by the weekend starting to turn milder, back to rain in the south, but bear in mind that it's a long way off in this pattern. GM, again, bitterly cold east winds on Sunday through to Monday, feeding in -10 Celsius isotherm, pushing through the country, so it will be bitterly cold. There'll be heavy snow in the east as well. Then we go through to Tuesday, maintaining those bitterly cold east winds again, -10 Celsius isotherm through the country quite widely. Into Wednesday, again, another very cold day for most parts of the country on Wednesday with that -10 Celsius isotherm. Thursday, in comes low pressure up against that block of cold air. It's trying to get the cold air out of the way, but as this low pressure moves in, there is a risk of maybe significant and disruptive snow as the battle lines are drawn across the country. And into Friday and Saturday, again, this low pressure gradually eases northwards, taking the snow risk further northwards and eastwards eventually, but with a big dump of snow before it happens, and then maybe starting to thaw out a little bit down in the south and southwest by next weekend. But never really getting the mild air up to Scotland. Even at day 10, Scotland is still in that easterly wind. You'll notice we still have the block to the north. So by Sunday, 14th February, Valentine's Day, has turned less cold in the south, with probably a slow fall of quite deep snow cover. In the north, it is still cold up to day 10 across Scotland. Icon looks like that. Again, all in agreement with this easterly on Sunday. Bitterly cold with winds in from the east. This is a little feature to the southeast that could provide the longer spells of snow. I think parts of East Anglia, the Midlands and southeast England from Sunday through to Monday. Meanwhile, further northwards, we've got those snow showers feeding in on those strong and cold east winds. That's Tuesday, again, looking bitterly cold with strong east winds pushing the line of 10 Celsius through the country. East is maintained into Wednesday with Icon as well. Upper air temperatures look very cold through most parts of the country. That's Thursday. The low pressure is trying to move in on Thursday, but really we're still maintaining that easterly. And actually Icon just keeps us very cold right way up to 180 hours, to be honest. So this is as far as we get to for Icon. 180 hours, Thursday 11th of February. That low pressure that the GFS wants to push in and bring, you know, a snow event, but also a forward to the south. The Icon has sat away to our southwest, and we're just maintaining cold, bitterly cold east winds really right way up to the end of Icon. So Icon keeps us cold to the end of next week with no quick way out of that. And then ECM, again, easy winds bring lots of heavy snow showers, maybe longer spells of snow, southeast from Sunday through to Monday. Again, my 10 cells isotherm is pushed through most parts of the country. Tuesday, again, bitter cold, easy winds up to gale 4s, perhaps around those eastern coastal areas. It'll be a very cold wind, indeed an icy wind from the east through the early part of next week, and that easterly is maintained into middle of next week as well with the ECM. If anything, it gets colder as the week progresses next week. So by Wednesday, most places, even in the far south, are within that minus 10 Celsius isotherm. Thursday through to Friday, low pressure will try and have a go at dislodging that cold air from the southwest. So there is a risk of disruptive snow across England and Wales here, not getting the low pressure up into Scotland, though, maintaining really cold weather there. Most places look very cold to the end of next week, really, with the ECM. And then up to day 10, ECM also keeps it cold. Look at this. The ECM is also keeping wind in from the east up to day 10 as well. If I show you the upper air temperatures, you can see that the far south does get a little bit milder by day 10, but most places are still actually looking cold, especially so in the northern half of the country. It's still generally looking very blocked, doesn't it, up to day 10 with the ECM. This is the precipitation type forecast based on that ECM run, showing snow across Scotland at the moment, rain across England and Wales. As we go into the weekend, the easy wind pushes in, and so by Saturday to Sunday, we've got those snow showers piling into the east and longer spells of snow suggested there to the southeast. That takes us through Sunday. Again, outbreaks of snow pushing in from the east across much of England, particularly the Midlands. East Anglia, southeast England will produce a significant snow for those east and southeast parts of the country. Meanwhile, snow showers continue in other eastern areas. That's through to the open next week. Monday, again, snow showers piling in from the east. It doesn't show those snow showers pushing very far inland, but I think they will. The east is strong enough to get those snow showers quite a long way inland, I would have thought. These ones always struggle with showers and snow showers. So yeah, plenty of snow showers to come through to the early and middle part of next week. And then in comes the Atlantic, bringing risk of significant and disruptive snow here across many parts of England and Wales. 2 significant snow events. Another one there on the 13th of February, again focused particularly on England and Wales, but also through Ireland as well. Scotland just remains really cold with those east winds frozen up there. And it just goes on and on. More very disruptive and significant snow focused on England and Wales as we go through into day 10, 14th of February, Valentine's Day. By then, the extreme south is going back more towards rain. These are the options. It's a very, very wintry outlook. I'm sure we've got that message across now. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles for day 10. Actually, that's not quite day 10, so let's just go down here. There we go, that's day 10. Which, of course, is going to be the 14th of February. So our 32 members of the ECL ensembles with high pressure blocking to the north, low pressure trying to come up from the south, but really most of these are still cold and potentially snowy. 19 just here again with blocking around Greenland, but low pressure just a little bit further north and higher pressure towards France. Excuse me, probably brings up a slightly less cold west or southwesterly flow. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This gets us to the 19th of February, 22 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure sitting just to our east. That's going to be a lot drier, but probably cold and frosty, I would have thought, with the wind coming off the continent. 16 with low pressure to the north of Scotland, probably bringing in a milder west-southwesterly. And then 13, still suggesting some high pressure within the northern latitudes and low pressure over the country. So that's probably still maintaining cold weather into Scotland. England and Wales probably less cold. That's kind of similar to what the GFS 6Z is showing as we go into second half of February. Finally, with CFS V2, these are 500 millibar heights break down to week periods. The first week period takes us from the 4th to the 10th of February. The coming week has northern blocking around Greenland combined with low pressure to our south. Winds are in from the east. It's going to be a very cold and wintry week as we have already established. Week 2 is the 11th, 17th of February. A little bit of a change with the CFS today. Some lower pressure in the Atlantic, probably bringing something slightly less cold or milder from the west. Haven't seen that for a little while with CFS. Week 3 is the 18th, 24th of February. High pressure main centres to our east, turning anti-cyclonic. Winds probably coming in from a south-southeasterly direction. That might be reasonably mild, but you get wind off the continent. Because it's been so cold, I suspect that's actually a pretty cold and frosty type week, really. And then week 4 is the 25th of February to the 3rd of March. High pressure back towards Scandinavia and out to our west. Low pressure over Spain. And probably again the wind back into the east again. That could bring a cold end to February and a cold beginning to March. If you've enjoyed this very, very wintry 10 to 14 day forecast, please click like. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. You'll be able to see future weather content. Don't forget to tell your friends, family and everybody else about Gal's Weathers. Get them to subscribe too. It will get us to 11k subscribers that much quicker. And drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. So it's a really wintry outlook. There's going to be a lot of snow to come, and that easterly, once it gets in, it can take quite a lot of shifting. So although by this time next week we might be drawing to the end of the cold spell for England and Wales, it is by no means guaranteed, and don't be overly surprised if this cold weather extends out into the middle of February. We're going to be back later on with Snow Watch, so come back for that then. Tomorrow, we're going to have JMA Friday. We're going to have a 10 to 14 day update as well. And of course, we'll have our live stream tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. That'll be very exciting because we're on the cusp of, like, the beastly on our live stream. So we'll have a laugh and it'll be a lot of fun. That'll be after 10 o'clock tomorrow. For this video, that's all for now. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.